Now my question now to MTN and to you guys. We buy, let's use the minimum. 2 gig was 500, later 2.5 gig was 500, enter 600 for 2 days. Okay, if you are putting this high tariff, can't you make, maybe we are buying that same this thing now for 1,000 plus, can't you make 2 days be 2 days, or can't you make 1 month be 1? No, nobody say don't increase because of the government laws and everything, but if we are buying 1 month for a ridiculous amount of price, it should be 1 month now. Why Mr. Rebi dey talk, why he was discussing something, he said you work 30 days your salary, and imagine your full salary for 30 days, somebody 3 hour salary, because they pay per hour.
Yeah,
somebody earn 20 euro or $20 per hour or $50 per hour, making, you know, imagine you work for 6 hours, you don't make how much, then convert it to our present, you know, Nigerian money, where you work for 30 days.
30 days, yeah.
You feeding everything, transportation. Sometimes people work these days just to pay transport. I'm telling you, you can't even feed from it. You once they pay your salary, you don't borrow everything already.
Before the salary comes, if the salary
don't finish. You don't finish.
You know, for me, I think our government they just have a lot to do for our youth, for us to stop this menace, because it's already a menace of, you know, just imagine our labor market is gradually reducing. No,
there's a lot of graduate. If you check the amount of keke napep drivers in Edo State, this Ugbo here,
they are graduates. Yeah.
No, I can believe 40% are graduates.
Yes.
So imagine you telling the person, say, okay, jackpot here, not be better thing. You feel as you open your eye, you just say you did.
Just so that you clear, see the ride the keke.
You see yourself on ground,
because our government just have a lot to do with. They have to.
No, it's selfish interest.
It's not about selfish interest though. For instance, for our government, they should start. The individual should start charging per hour. Like
it's not possible.
If I'm employed, wait now.
How much are they earning to start?
Wait now. That is how to do with our government. They have to structure this thing. The salary, the wage should be a living wage, not a slavery wage. Just imagine.
You know, if we take when they protest. When workers, federal government workers will say they want to protest against a particular issue, sometimes they will say no work, no pay. Yeah, what up guys, you're welcome to Discussion Lounge. You know, it's always a vibe when we come here, and I'm with two wonderful men. You know, when I mean wonderful, they are my brothers. You know, I'm with Buga in the building.
What's up guys? Nice hearing from you, nice seeing you.
And there's Mr. Ray.
Yo, it's nice always being here, you know.
But what's the funny? The one funny part is, you know, it's when these men are speaking English. You know, there's this. You get for them that they give.
What's he gonna chat? This is gonna chat tell us now. Say what?
Like you guys are pidgin English men, man.
Okay, what's the meaning of
you
that?
You are a pidgin English man.
I actually don't know what you're talking about.
DJ man.
Pidgin English is actually our culture.
Baba, you have not Japa. You are still in the country.
I've always been a Japa man.
You have been a Japa man.
I've always been a Japa man. Just I decided to just remain this for the meantime.
All right, that brings us to our topic for today, because we're talking about Japa. You know, so Japa has become, you know, one major syndrome in Nigeria, where a lot of our friends and relations, they've all traveled, and for the hope and aspiration of a better life when they get there. So I'll ask you guys now, anybody can jump on it first. What's your take about this Japa syndrome? You know, everyone, our childhood, our friends, you know, family members have all traveled, and so what's your take then before we go further?
You know, left for me, I'll say, if not for the economy,
yes,
if not for the economy presently, we now see Japa as an achievement.
Yeah,
your friend tells you, so more, don't enter, so more, congratulations. See, if most times we don't even care to know the country first of all. Living in Nigeria is like an achievement.
It's an achievement. It's an achievement.
It's an achievement actually.
because the way the government is,
even who they work even they go work 30 days of the month, the money they feed, they carry the whole household again.
Seriously, man. So, Mr. Ray, what can you say about the Japa syndrome? That
you know, nobody is a baby anymore in this country. Even a newborn baby have sense right now in Nigeria. So you have to have sense to know how to survive on your own. So this Japa syndrome of a thing, you have to holistically look at it very well. Why are people running away from the country? And what are the benefits? What are their expectations? when they get there, and the people they left behind there at home, and also the friends that you already had before leaving them, and how will they cope without you being in their life. These are a whole lot of issues that we actually need to put into consideration. Place, you know, for me, personally, I used to travel a lot before. Like when I travel, I have a couple of friends then back home. So when I travel, I noticed that the level of friendship started declining.
To reduce now.
Yeah, it started reducing. So it gets to a point. Many of them, the friendship of a team, you just have to stop from somewhere.
Out of sight is the out of mind normally now.
Most times.
Yeah, and this job of a team, it's only who get there actually know how it is. Not we. We here in Nigeria always assume that somebody that traveled, is doing much better than you that is living in Nigeria.
Now, Mr. Abe, what's your take on this now, actually?
Okay.
You don't expatiate now, but what's your take on this now?
My take on this whole expansion that I've been doing since is that it's good to travel. It's good to
see life outside.
Like as the Igbo man we say, traveling is part of education,
The major part.
But right now, it's not just for the education. People are traveling. So my take, people are traveling for a greener pasture. And some, they go there, they become the pasture instead of them to come back home for to share the green for the people they left behind.
Become pasture.
They become the pasture.
All right. like you said, I love the way you've expatiated and said a lot of things about this Jabba, but it's quite, disgraceful to our country, to our continent, Africa, because sometimes we see videos and how our brothers and sisters are being treated over there, and but like I said, we're not gonna blame anybody, because Jackpot don't become one of doctors are traveling. We saw 2021, 2022. Let me call it. It be like almost all the doctors from Nigeria.
That's no longer a news
engineers
anymore.
traveled and everything.
Pastor wants to pray for Nigeria, say if leave us.
I'm telling you the fact. Like right now, if you won't take the population of entire UK, I can bet you 60% of Nigerians are now in UK. They're not called a UK advanced Lagos now. It's not advanced Lagos because basically most Nigerians, they are all in UK.
Yeah, sure.
They are all in UK. Then also Canada as well, because US has made a lot of restriction on immigration and all that. So Nigerians are they're in the US though, in America.
Why Mr. Raby dey talk? Why he was discussing something? He said you work 30 days, your salary, and imagine your full salary for 30 days. Somebody 3-hour salary because they pay per hour.
Yeah,
somebody earn €20 or $20 per hour or $50 per hour. Making imagine you work for 6 hours, you don't make that much, then convert it to our present Nigerian money where you work for 30 days.
30 days,
you feeding everything, transportation. Sometimes people work these days just to pay transport.
I'm telling you
can't even feed from it. Once they pay your salary, you don't borrow everything already.
Before the salary comes, the salary
don't finish. You don't finish.
For me, I think our government they just have a lot to do for our youth, for us to stop this menace, because it's already a menace of just imagine our labor market is gradually reducing.
No, there's a lot of graduate. If you check the amount of keke napep drivers in Edo State, this Ugbo here,
they are graduates.
I can probably say 40% are graduates.
Yes.
So imagine you telling the person say, okay, Jackpot not be better thing. You feel as you open your eye, you just say you did.
Just like clear they ride the keke.
You see yourself on ground
because our government just have a lot to do with. They have to.
No, it's selfish interest.
It's not about selfish interest though. For instance, for our government, they should start. The individual should start charging per hour. Like if I'm employed, wait now.
How much are they earning to start?
Wait now. That is how to do with our government. They have to structure this thing. The salary, the wage should be a living wage, not a slavery wage. Just imagine.
If we take when they protest, when federal government workers will say they want to protest against a particular issue, sometimes they will say no work, no pay. Imagine
Yes.
you now say you want to be earning per hour in this Nigeria.
Now,
Our present
why
constitution
I'm saying that?
1999.
Oga.
Why I'm saying this?
Nigeria wey dey don bring back our former national anthem wey our forefathers use.
Now,
Which
are-
minimum wage dey come increase of recent
we are
wey we dey
talking
feel say
about
maybe.
why our people are japa.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Now, if our government come and say, why this our youth, why are they running away from this country? Now, it's because of the cost of living. One, the income is not even enough to take care of your bills. If our
Okay.
government can say, okay, now I want to look into this thing holistically, every
And pay you per
employer,
hour.
if every employer of labor, these are your standards. For us to meet up with the standards
This
of living
same
of
government that cannot pay a minimum wage of 70,000 naira.
yes,
Federal government
that
cannot
is
pay
what
minimum
I'm
wage of
saying. We are
70,000
saying the same
naira.
thing.
Now the
I'm
reason
still
why
taking it to the government. I say if government can do their job, then this jackpot thing will stop, because there are a lot of labourers we are losing.
no,
There are a lot of
the truth is
it's a good
actually
idea.
we have some good citizens that still want to
Stay.
stay
Like
and
you.
work. Yes.
Yes.
If you ask me,
Like
the economy
Mr.
is
Ray.
going well. The economy is
Of
going
course.
well. Everything is going well. I want to stay and work.
Yes.
I'm a good citizen of this.
I understand, yes.
This federation.
Yes.
Yeah, you understand.
Yes.
You get my point.
I
now.
get your point.
You understand? You understand? Okay, what I'm trying to say in essence is, once the economy is okay,
That's
and
what
we
I'm
have people, capable hands that are good to work. Now the other day I saw a video on Instagram where I saw a very dark man. While he was he traveled to China, where the white man was saying he needed some Nigerians to come over, the trustworthy Nigerians to come work. And sincerely speaking, we have Nigerians that are ready to come work.
Okay. Now there was a time I was having this argument with a friend of mine. He said he have, if for instance he have like 20 to 30 million physically in his account, and he have two options to choose: to invest that 20 or 30 million into a something lucrative business
In Nigeria.
in Nigeria, or to use that money to japa. Which one will he option for? So we are just having that discussion. So I just feel like, okay, let's talk about something like that. What do you think about that? Do you think you will invest with that money, or
And
would
for
you
me,
japa with that amount
right
of
from
money?
time, I always say I believe in Nigeria. I believe staying here, and I believe working to earn, good money. There's money here. You see a lot of Chinese coming here within the space of 6 months. They are millionaires. I mean, they are not. They are just regular Chinese that gather small yen.
Have you asked yourself why?
That I'm going there. That
He's
they
trying
come to
he's trying
Nigeria
to expand
and
this.
they invest in a particular business and employ our own people as the labourers. They supervise, doing not just supervise, and before you know, these people, you see them buying properties
Okay.
in our own country.
Now,
So why can't, if I have that amount of money, I know it may look small, and we are using it as a, if I have 20 million naira now, as my job I invest it into, I should be expecting in the next 6 months, since it's not dollars I'm investing naira.
Yeah.
I'm expecting in the next 6 months I should have at least 5 million or 8 million added to that 20 million, because here there's a lot of there's people. Let me use it. We are populated. We have the population, and anywhere there's population there's money.
Yeah, sure.
You
Yeah.
understand? So if I'm selling anything or I'm rendering any services, I should have at least 30% interest on anything I'm investing.
okay, right now, I would like to disagree with you. In me investing that money, I will use that money to travel. Why? It's because running a business in Nigeria is not a certain thing. It's
Okay.
not even certain, because
No, it all depends on the kind of business that you venture into.
it's every business, my brother.
No, not every. No, you wouldn't say every business.
Let me just, from my own opinion.
Okay.
Okay, now you are into importation business, which you require dollar to run such business. Now today, a dollar is selling for 1,500 naira. Then tomorrow you have a customer that already ordered something that worth $1,000 from you. You already giving that person the cost price and everything. Then tomorrow, the cost of dollar has increased.
Okay, increase that the
Has
level
increased.
is now
Then how are you
depreciating.
now going to tell that customer that, my brother, that thing that you ordered yesterday, it has increased though.
You know,
that
similar
including
stuff.
the importation cost and every other thing that you have used to import that.
Similar stuff happened to a friend of mine.
Okay.
You understand? And that should be like late last year, you know, he went to buy doors in his building. He went to buy doors. So this guy don't buy the doors only for him to go get the truck that will convey the doors down to where the property is, where the house is. Coming back and tell am say oga, we just receive call say no be as e be for market before, no be so e be. Now it's cause major arguments like.
Now the business,
I get your point actually.
Business owner, is he not running a loss already?
But still not forget. Still not forget.
The country keep frustrating you like that for the period of 6 months.
One thing here
paid your workers.
We Nigerians, we are very, let me not use the word, wicked to ourselves. You understand? Okay. Do you know that everything, people right now, manufacturers and wholesalers, they just sit down and they have WhatsApp group.
Sure, yeah, they do have.
It's like maybe people selling, let me use the word, Indomie or beverages. They have WhatsApp group.
Yeah,
because
they
today,
do have their group.
you see something is $500, is 1.5 till maybe 2 weeks time. Next tomorrow, that thing is 3,000. You understand? Manufacturers will just, then they will say it's government tax. Some of these products were already in Nigeria. Let me give you an example of Sun King. Yes, I will mention the product. Yes, they're already in Nigeria. They've already imported. They've already shared their product to people.
Yeah, sure.
As at December 2023, they were selling at 145. As at March, or let me say April 2024, they were selling at 420,000 naira, not on naira, not 125. 125,000, 145,000 to 420,000 naira. These are Chinese company. That's why I was using the word Chinese men. Now, what they will say is that there's maybe dollar is affecting its importation, and maybe federal government is taxing the people. You are producing this thing outside the country. You are not producing here. If maybe federal government is imposing tax on you, at least you should be reasonable now.
Now,
you understand?
Mr. Ray, back to the
continue short. Mr. Ray made mention of someone using dollar to transact business. While he was asking that question, he said they gave you 20 million naira, you know, to invest. And we know in Nigeria we are not a manufacturing state, country. We are a consuming country. Now, if I'm investing anything, 20 million naira or any business at all, there's no way, even if market continues changing, you know, these men at New Benin and Ugboye selling things, they still remain in business, because once market is losing and gaining, you lose in this product, you use in other product again.
Yeah,
so there's no way, there's money in this country. As far as you have the population, that's where I'm going to.
Now, Mr. Ray, you said left for you. You will, if you are in the shoe of that young man.
Yeah.
If you're in the shoe of that young man, you just japa.
Of course.
Now, how are you so certain about your japa?
Making it
overseas, like how are you so certain?
Okay. Now, I have so many reasons why I will japa with such amount of money. One, for my safety, my security.
For 20 million.
No, you just move first.
Yes. Okay. One, I say I have so many reasons I would prefer to japa. One, for my security first of all. Then I'll know that even if I'm working anytime, nobody's coming to kidnap me. Then also two, I'm guarantee of good life. Yes, I have value of what I'm paying for.
Healthcare and the rest.
Healthcare will be there. I'm not going to any hospital. I know I'm going to pay for something like that. Then I'm not even getting the value of what I'm paying for in Nigeria.
Have you heard of some certain persons that will sell the properties just to japa? Getting there is not like
I'm not done with your question. I'm still on it. Then that is number two I'm giving you here. Then I have this opportunity for me to work for a living, not for me to work for slavery. Now, whatever I'm working for, I get value for it. I'm paid for it. If I have to work for it for like 1 hour, I get paid for it. And that my payment is able to cover my expenses. It's able to cover my house bill, my electricity bill, my water bill. Because those people that are civilized, they have sense. They know that this person is living and they have to survive. So they will pay you for every of your service you are rendering to them.
Now, how about the workforce?
The workforce, how do you mean the workforce?
Now, now you're talking about the aids, the benefits now, so to say.
Yeah.
Now, how about your work when you get there? Your labor when you get there? What will you be doing? What will you be doing?
It depends on
any
what
job
I'm working.
You get
any
paid
job
per
I'm
hour.
doing, they pay me for what I'm
so
doing.
you prefer living in Nigeria with the 20
yes.
million.
Of course, then also, if I'm living abroad, you can't see me looking like this now. I'll be way more fresher than this. Now the weather there.
You think the people when they there, some of them fresh, all of them fresh?
Yes, now.
No,
Even if you are hungry, only the cold weather alone will affect your skin.
No, I will not say much, but there's America, there's Canada, and there's Europe.
It depends on where you are going.
What are trying to say?
It depends on where you go.
Who comes from America, you know this person is abroad. Who comes from Europe? But we'll move straight to the next, But we've said, before we go to the last and discussion for today, we've said the Japa syndrome, how it has affected, and the benefits, and some of us say we still believe in Nigeria. So, but you can drop your comments, and don't forget to follow the page, like the page, and follow to get more of our exciting content.
Just comment what you will do with 20 million if you are being given the opportunity to pick an option, either to use that 20 million to establish yourself or to use it to japa. What is your take on that? Do you want to japa with the money, or would you invest that money in Nigeria? What would you do with such
money?
Option?
Okay,
what
so
will the option for?
Yes. So before we go, I just remember something before we go to the last topic. There was a conversation between two people, social media draggers. They dragged themselves on last week. So on Instagram, I saw they dragged Twitter and later entered Instagram. So person they comment say that's angry about this MTN new tariffs, because you wake up today is 300, tomorrow you wake up in that same midnight you see 400, then 950. So the person, and one guy came up with there's tariff, MTN is paying tax, light bill, a lot of things, and the government is not helping, so they need to tax us, or they need to collect more from us to foot their own expenses. Now my question now to MTN and to you guys, we buy, let's use the minimum, 2 gig was 500, later 2.5 gig was 500, enter 600 for 2 days. Okay, if you are putting this high tariff, can't you make, maybe we are buying that same this now for 1,000 plus, can't you make 2 days be 2 days, or can't you make 1 month be 1 month? Nobody say don't increase because of the government laws and everything, but if we are buying 1 month for a ridiculous amount of price, it should be 1 month now.
Thank God I've been privileged to live abroad. Thank God for that, and I celebrate grace.
Yes, and I've been privileged to live somewhere.
Thank God you live somewhere.
Yes.
So while I was living abroad, as at the time, when we buy data, 1 month is 1 month. You are buying the data will be, you have let me just approximate, maybe you are buying 20 gig for 1 month. That 20 gig is going to serve you for 1 month. It's got no matter what you do. And I don't even know why they are increasing the tariff.
They're increasing it without the service, and you
talking
work
about
on connect. They drink your data.
Brethren, talking about data. You see, abroad is a working economy. They have a working economy. But Nigeria, you and I know vividly that we don't have a working economy here.
So everybody just behave the way they like. Every company just take advantage of Nigeria.
No regulation, nothing.
I'm working on one on cell phone.
MTN,
Glo. In fact, all
network.
working on one on cell phone.
MTN is really annoying.
Nigerians are suffering and you are doing this. Come on now.
The thing provoke Bugao.
Already, it's not even me complaining or blaming the telecommunication company. I'm still going to channel the blame to the government. What are they doing about it?
They are imposing high taxes on them, and the telecommunication company, are suffocating us with the consumers.
And at the same time, I'm still going to ask the government, what are they? Because at the end of the day,
they are getting fat.
What is the purpose of their governance?
Nothing, my bro.
It's for the citizen you are governing.
As a Nigerian, what are you doing right now? As a Nigerian,
we are surviving with every possible means.
What I'm getting is that I'm here on the mic shouting. I'm here on the mic shouting and complaining. That's my game.
I beg.
We are using this channel and the medium to appeal to our government to make life better for the citizens of this country to live. We are not criticizing you. We are not saying you people are bad. But with your wisdom, I believe you all have wisdom because you are our fathers.
Yeah, let's assume
you all have wisdom. Please, let us breathe. Let
Ah,
the poor breathe.
brave.
Please. We are begging already. The anger, the hunger.
It's too much. It's
is
too much.
People
Seriously.
are suffering. People are begging for survival. People are crying. People are homeless already.
Yes,
Yes,
seriously.
people are homeless.
Landlords now.
The
I don't know if they are holding meeting or is this agents. No, they have to start dealing with agents. Seriously, or it's agents that are increasing
Agent,
prices
so
of
once you fẹ́
houses.
cash one once you
It's
fẹ́
like-
cash one agent so use that one take do.
It's like you work now to pay rent. You
Not
know,
just
you
to pay
work the
rent.
full year to pay rent because your rent alone is almost times that's the amount of money you make in 4 months.
Have you been
Or
able
5
to save
months
for a
put
long
together.
time?
How do you
have
save?
save anything?
How do you save?
Okay, that is
You
it.
can't save in this country except maybe you are earning in dollars.
But bro, na your savings dey save you.
Yes, your savings.
you
na-
save
As
you
soon
save
as
the
you-
money
as
the
you wake
savings.
up in the morning, your first billing is 10,000 naira. That is for wake up bill.
Yes, now if you don't come out, you will be billed. If you come out, they say transport to
wake
go
up bill
find
is
2k
10,000.
now is 4k.
I said
Imagine.
2,000.
Transport to go find 2k is 4k.
It's fucking.
So how do you cope?
So please, we are still appealing to our government. We are appealing. We are
Yes.
begging. The life is already hard for us. I beg.
All right.
So that this jackpot thing will
It
just
will reduce
it
to
will
the
reduce
minimum.
to an extent. You know.
Yeah. So here on discussion lounge, sometimes we bring in topics that social, and sometimes we bring in topics that concerns us, the well-being and the welfare. And today we decided to bring in serious topic, that's affecting everyone, us, our families, our friends, and the general public. So, and today that brings us to the end of discussion lounge today, and it has been wonderful, my brother Des Buga.
Yeah.
Building.
100,
And Mr. Ray in the building.
It's been a great time, and we are still going to beg our fans, please share our video,
Yeah, like, subscribe.
subscribe, and if you have something to talk about what we have been talking
Yeah.
or what we've been discussing, rather, just drop it on the comment section.
Comment, let's
Tell
see your
us your
comments.
mind, especially the jackpot thing.
Yeah.
The question: if you've been auctioned with 20 million, which one are you auctioning for?
Yeah, a
To
lot of
jump
people
out
will
to
go with
open
20 million,
business.
sha. But that's all.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for staying with us today. We'll come your way, subsequent on our next episode. We say thank you
Thank
and
you
bye bye
very
for
much.
now.